What's good, fight fans? It's Dashy's Corner, and come to talk about the rest of the fights that's going to be happening tomorrow. And I'm gonna start with Showtime in the undercard for the Deontay Wilder and Burmester fight. There's another heavyweight fight in that undercard, and it's Dominic Breazele versus Eric Molina. Now, both fighters are pretty good fighters. I'm going to have to go with Dominic Breazele. His KO rating is 84%. He's 18-1 with 16 knockouts, even though he did get KO'd by Anthony Joshua last year. Is his only loss on his record. His reach is 81.5 inches, and he's 6'7". Of course, he's orthodox. If you ever seen him fight, or matter of fact, if you've seen the fight against him and Anthony Joshua, he's a pretty tough dude. He lasted, I don't remember how many rounds, but he lasted a little while in there with Anthony Joshua. And you could tell he's a tough dude because his face was mashed after that fight, okay? His joint was mashed. But the reach definitely goes to him. Eric's reach is only 79%. 79 inches, and the power goes to him also because Eric's knockout rating is 63%. He's 6'4", but the biggest difference is the boxing ability. Well, real quick. Eric's record right now is Molina's record is 26 wins and 4 losses. He has 19 KOs. And all 4 of his losses he got KO'd. I don't know if people bring this up, but his pro debut fight against Ashanti Jordan, he got KO'd. He is not far-fetched to see him knocked out. He gets knocked out a lot. Fights get stopped a lot when he fights, He's a pretty good fighter, but Dominic he uses the ring. He has a better boxing ability. So I'm going to go with Breazele winning this fight. I don't know if it's going to be matter of fact, I definitely don't think it's going to be a KO. It could be a TKO and stoppage, but I definitely got him winning the fight, and he could win in the rounds. And now, these fights aren't in any particular order. This is not the order of the fights that's going to happen tomorrow night. But this is just how I put it. But next I got Shawn Porter and Adrian Granados. Now this fight is going to be very good. It's going to be a very good. Matter of fact, the whole undercard is going to be good. Almost from Showtime and I believe HBO. It's going to be some very, very good fights tomorrow night, and this is one of them. You got to watch this fight. You never know what can happen with this fight because, Shawn Porter likes to rush in. He always uses that same style for years now. And Adrian Granados he just doesn't back down, He just doesn't seem scared of anybody. I think he'll fight anybody. I don't even think this fight was in his weight class, and he took it anyway. He's a real dog for that. And I appreciate it. I really do. I always like to see a good fight. I'm glad that Shawn Porter didn't take the very, very easy high road in picking some very sorry person to fight. They call this a tune-up fight. As far as Kenny Porter and Shawn Porter call this a tune-up fight. I really think this could be a very good match. This could be tough for Shawn Porter, just because Adrian's a very skilled fighter and he works a lot in the ring. Shawn Porter works a lot in the ring, but he has to set up sometimes. He sits there and he does that bounce back and forth to to get on the inside because he's one of the smallest fighters. Now, as far as height wise and reach, he's just one of the smaller fighters that's at the top. When you look at the welterweight division. And Adrian Granados is a kind of a lengthy dude. His reach is 74 inches. Okay? Adrian Granados' reach is 74 inches, and he's 5'9", right off the bat. Shawn Porter is 69 inches and a half, and he's 5'7". Okay? So that's already a damn near 4-inch reach difference. And that's Sean Porter always gets caught coming in, because he rushes in. He always got the shorter reach. He fights taller fighters. This is nothing new as far as Sean Porter. But he hasn't fought nobody like Adrian Granados in a very long time, I would say. Like, I don't. Matter of fact, I really can't match anybody that he's fought that fights like Adrian. Like, he doesn't take breaks. It seems like he stays moving in the ring. He's a very talented fighter. This I would call this a 60-40 fight. Like it, but I'm gonna just go ahead and go with Sean Porter on this fight. I don't believe he's going to drop Adrian Granados. He's a real tough guy. Like I see this fight going to decision, and I don't see it being a blowout. But I can say that I'm going to go with Sean Porter on this fight. And then there's Lipinets is supposed to fight this guy out of Japan. I think his last name is Kondo. Kondo's record is 29 wins, 16 by knockout. 16 of those wins by knockout. And he has 6 losses, but none of them were KOs. All of them was decision fights that he, went the distance in. And he has 1 draw. He's 32 years old. Him and Sergio's kind of the same height. I think Sergio's 5'7" and he's 5'8". But the power goes to Sergio. Kondo is 44% knockout rating. Sergio Lipinets is 83% knockout rating. Even though the rounds, will go to the Japanese fighter. He's been fighting for a lot longer. He's fought more rounds, and but I mean this fight right here, because we don't know that much about the Japanese fighter. It can kind of go, either way. It's tossed in the air, but I'm just going to go ahead and go with Sergi. I think he's going to win the vacant IBF belt, which is what they're fighting for. Just because of that, I just think he's going to come with his A game to get that belt that he's been wanting to get before Bud fought in Dango. But yeah, I think he might take it home. If he doesn't, it's all good. I believe, Sergio's nose is crooked as shit. If y'all looking at this picture right here that I put up on purpose, all it's going to take for real is Japanese fighter to hit him with a good left, even though he's an orthodox fighter, and knock that nose back straight, that shit would be trickling all night like AJ. And there's a couple more fights on the undercard I'm really not going to get into, but this is all going to be on Showtime, but also on HBO. There's some good fights as well. But I'm only going to talk about one, and that's going to be Dmitry Bivol versus the Trent Broadcast. This is going to be, I believe, Dimitri's first title defense for the WBA light heavyweight title. And I think Dimitri, it's his time right now, light heavyweight. I'm not saying there's nobody that can beat him right now on light heavyweight, but it's just, I just think he's going to run through Trent like he runs through everybody that he's fought. Even though he's only had 11 fights, he's 11-0 with 9 knockouts. So his 82 knockout rating. He's 6 feet tall. He is from Russia, and he's an orthodox fighter. He's 26 years old, and he's fighting. Trent is 20-1 with 12 KOs. And that one fight that he lost, he got KO'd in, but that was back in 2011. So he's definitely have the more experience. His knockout rating is 57%, but since, Bivol only fought 11 fights, he could have just as much power. Who knows? He is from Australia. So, I see this being an entertaining fight, too. Honestly, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that this fight is going to go at least 10 rounds. I take that back. He might not run through Trent, but, it's just that I never really heard of him, maybe because he's an Australian fighter. Uh, but I mean, yeah, I mean he's 29 years old. The fight could go either way, really. I'm just gonna go with Bivol on this fight and retaining his title. But also tomorrow night, you know, will be the best matchup at at light heavyweight would be him against Anthony Yard. I know Anthony Yard would beat that ass. Anthony Yard against Dimitri Bivol. I think Anthony Yard would take it all at light heavyweight, but Devin Haney is supposed to be fighting over in Atlanta for 8 rounds of a junior welterweight bout with with this guy right here. I'm not even gonna say his try to pronounce his name, but he is 14-8. Okay, he has 7 KOs and he got knocked out 4 times of half of his losing rate. He lost 8 fights and he got knocked out for half of them. He won 14 fights and KO'd people for half of them. That's pretty weird, but you know, that's his numbers. And I'm just gonna go with Devin Haney for a stoppage. I think Devin Haney is gonna stop this kid. Fight's supposed to be 8 rounds. It probably only lasts 4, 5 maybe. But that's it, and that's all. I just wanted to talk to y'all about the undercards and other fights that's going to be going on different networks tomorrow night. Always like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.